I'd been really interested for a long time about the bombing of Nagasaki, and I was reading a book about the atomic bombings in Japan, and there was an image in there. It said that a lot of women who were wearing white kimonos with dark patterns on them, when the blast occurred, the white reflected the heat from the blast, and the dark sort of absorbed it. So these women ended up with tattoos on their backs in the shape of the kimono patterns. And I read that and I just knew that that was an opening image, that I would have a character in the book who would have this tattooed kimono pattern on her back. And so it really did start with, at once, this very large idea, which is around war and destruction, but also this very intimate image. And really with the book I wanted to, throughout the book, have these dual things in place. So one, a very large sweep of history. It is a book that covers 5 countries and 60 years, but I also always wanted to have the intimacy of the characters, of the reader and the characters, and sort of tiny images at the very heart of it. So the book spans 5 countries, 60 years. It starts in Nagasaki in 1945, and so you have 2 characters, one a Japanese woman and the man she loves, who's German. And through the 4 sections of the novel, the members of their 2 families keep meeting at different places in time. So the first section is Nagasaki, 1945. Then it's Delhi just before partition, 1947, so the last days of the British Raj. Then we've got Pakistan in 1983, which is of course when the Soviets were in Afghanistan and America and Pakistan were involved in fighting them. And then the final section is 2002, New York and Afghanistan. And so the members of these 2 families keep meeting up in these different times and places. And there's one character who is constant throughout and sort of takes us through the whole book. And I wanted it to be a novel about the interplay of history and personal lives. You know, in the last few years there's been so much talk about the clash of civilizations, and it's never been an expression I've believed in, because, you know, I'm a Pakistani Muslim, I live in London, I've been educated in America, so I've never believed there's anything inevitable or essential or really truthful that there is this clash of civilizations that must happen. But what I am very interested in is how people from different places carry with them the history of where they're from, and when they're interacting with each other, these perceptions that they already have, preconceived notions of each other, sometimes get in the way of personal relations, and other times personal relations drive those things away. And it's this sort of constant back and forth. So through the book, as these people from different places keep meeting each other, in some cases it's all very wonderful and the personal relationships are triumphing, and other times history does intervene in ways that can be quite tragic.